The Siege of Drogheda, fought from September 3rd to 1649, was one of the most infamous events of the English Civil War and one of the key battles of the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland. The siege saw the forces of Oliver Cromwell, commanding the Parliamentarian New Model Army, lay siege to the Royalist-controlled town of Drogheda in Ireland. The battle and its aftermath marked a brutal chapter in the conflict, highlighting Cromwell's ruthless tactics and the severe treatment of those who resisted parliamentarian control. Background and context. In 1649, after the defeat of the Royalists in England, Oliver Cromwell turned his attention to Ireland, where the Royalist forces, led by the Confederation of Ireland, had aligned with the Royalist cause and continued to resist Parliament's authority. The Irish Rebellion, which had begun in 1641, remained a significant threat to English control in Ireland. Cromwell was tasked with suppressing the Irish forces and bringing the island firmly under Parliament's rule. Cromwell's military campaign in Ireland was characterized by its uncompromising violence and determination to crush any resistance. The Siege of Drogheda became one of the most controversial and bloodthirsty episodes of Cromwell's campaign, as it combined a fierce military assault with a mass execution of defenders. The siege, Drogheda, a fortified town on the east coast of Ireland, was strategically important and heavily defended by around 3,000 Royalist troops under the command of Sir Arthur Aston. The town was also a stronghold of the Irish Catholic Confederation, and its capture was essential for Cromwell to solidify his control over Ireland. Cromwell's army, numbering around 12,000 men, surrounded the town and began the siege on September 3rd, 1649. The Parliamentarians employed a combination of artillery bombardment and infantry assaults to breach the town's walls. The defenders fought back fiercely, but Cromwell's well-coordinated siege tactics proved too much for them. On September 11th, after intense fighting, Cromwell's forces successfully breached Drogheda's defenses. The town fell to the Parliamentarians, but what followed has made the siege infamous in history. The aftermath and consequences. After Drogheda was captured, Cromwell ordered the massacre of the town's defenders. As the defenders of the town, many of whom were Royalist soldiers, tried to flee or surrendered, Cromwell's forces carried out brutal reprisals. It is estimated that around 2,500 defenders were killed in the fighting or executed after the town's capture. In addition, many of the town's civilians, including non-combatants, were killed in the aftermath. The Siege of Drogheda became notorious for its brutality. Cromwell justified the massacre, arguing that it was necessary to break the resolve of the Irish rebels and send a strong message to anyone who would resist Parliament's rule. He viewed the Irish Catholics as enemies of both Parliament and Protestantism, and the brutal punishment was seen as a means to ensure no further rebellion. The siege had significant consequences. The fall of Drogheda weakened the Royalist cause in Ireland, leading to the collapse of organized resistance in the region. Cromwell's actions also had a profound psychological effect, sowing fear throughout Ireland and contributing to his harsh reputation as a military leader. The fall of Drogheda was a major step in Parliament's domination over Ireland and the eventual suppression of the Irish Rebellion. Legacy. The Siege of Drogheda remains one of the most contentious events in Irish history. Cromwell's actions were widely condemned, both at the time and in later years. The massacre left a lasting mark on Anglo-Irish relations, as it symbolized the severity and inhumanity of the Cromwellian conquest. In Ireland, the siege has been remembered as a symbol of English oppression and Cromwell's cruelty. For Cromwell, the capture of Drogheda and its aftermath reinforced his reputation as a ruthless but effective leader. While it helped secure his military successes in Ireland, it also contributed to his controversial legacy. The Siege of Drogheda remains one of the most brutal and contested episodes of the English Civil War and the Cromwellian conquest of Ireland, shaping the historical memory of Cromwell's rule for centuries to come.